night, a city sign alerting some Little Italy residents they may soon be out of a home.
I think that they are hoping to have shovels in the ground by the end of January.
A dozen units slated to come down in favor of a new build. What that means for those who have long lived in this area. In less than 12 hours, Ottawa firefighters called out to 3 separate blazes.
A smoke alarm is going to give you those 3 minutes. It's going to alert you that there's something going on in the house and give you and your family time to get out.
Serious injuries in 2 of the incidents, and in one case, firefighters say the home's smoke detector was not working at the time. And a mission of love.
Seemed like a bit of a crazy, ambitious goal. But we're nearly there.
We're nearly there.
An Ottawa couple skipping the traditional wedding gifts and having guests donate to make sure others also have a bright second chapter ahead. Good evening. It appears a plan to build more homes more quickly comes at a cost. Some residents in Little Italy say they were taken aback to learn their homes are set to be demolished in order to build a 12-story building. The plan impacts 12 units at the corner of Loretta Avenue South and Hickory Avenue. CTV's Leah Larocque is here with the details on this, Leah.
Patricia, in April, the Liberal government announced funding for 8 projects in Ottawa. One of those projects is at that intersection, but some residents didn't know about the plan until a city sign went up at the end of May on the corner.
I planted all this. This was just dirt when I moved here 22 years ago.
Bev Schmidt has amazing memories living in Little Italy. She's now being forced to leave.
Anxious and worried because we've lived here for 23 years. So my kids grew up here, so we're losing their childhood lifelong home.
There are plans to demolish about 12 units at the corner of Loretta Avenue South and Hickory Avenue. The nonprofit housing provider, the Centretown Citizens Ottawa Corporation, wants to replace them with a brand new 12-story, 128-unit building.
Yeah, we were given a letter.
Martin Perizot's property line is right beside where it will go.
We're going to lose some really nice neighbors and some light and some trees and a lot of really good stuff. But we're also going to be creating some housing for some people who really need it.
The plans are part of the federal government's Build Canada Homes Act.
We'll go in front for a vote on that zoning July 8th, so that's coming up fairly quickly. It's maybe a little more accelerated than we might see in a private development. From there, they'll need to get their site plan approval. They'll also, I understand, need to get their financing, squirrel away the property ownership.
Construction could begin in early 2027. For a lot of residents, they say the most frustrating thing is that it's happening very quickly and they don't know what's going to happen next. In fact, some impacted residents found out about the application when this sign went up at the corner of the block. The sign only put up in May, stopping people like Sean Scromita.
There's a big push right now to build more housing in Canada, but I wonder if we're building the right sort of housing.
Leeper says there will be some affordable units. In a statement, the CCOC says we strive to go above Residential Tenancies Act requirements, and we hope to always approach those conversations with compassion. Schmidt has already found a potential place, but this will always be home.
I love this place. I was very skeptical moving here, and it ended up being like one of the best moves I had.
According to the Provincial Residential Tenancies Act, landlords must compensate for demovictions. Compensation depends on the size of your building. For example, with buildings with fewer than 5 units, it could be the equivalent of 1 month's rent. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Leah Larocque live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, Gatineau police are investigating an armed assault in the city's East End. Police were called to Broadway Street East in the Lac-Beauchamp area around 2:30 this afternoon. They say a victim was taken to hospital. One person is now in custody. Firefighters across the city kept busy overnight, responding to 3 separate fires in less than 12 hours. Some residents are displaced and injured, and in at least one of the fires, there was no working smoke alarm. Fire crews responding to a townhouse on Belisle Street in Vanier, a high-rise on McLeod Street in the Golden Triangle area, and a townhome on Tackham Circle in Barrhaven between last night and early this morning. CTV's Tyler Fleming is here with more on all of this. Tyler.
Yeah, Patricia, while none of these fires are related, families are displaced, people have gone to hospital, and pets have perished. They all serve as a reminder that fire safety matters. 3 fires in 12 hours, starting Tuesday evening around 7 p.m. in a 7th-story apartment high-rise on McLeod Street, leaving one person with serious injuries. A dog and a cat died inside the unit. By midnight, a kitchen blaze in an end-unit townhome on Tacom Circle in Barhaven. Residents got out safely. Firefighters rescued 2 cats. Then Wednesday morning, around 4:30, at a townhouse on Belisle Street in Vanier. While residents left the home before fire crews arrived, several were treated for smoke inhalation, and a child was taken to hospital in serious but stable condition. While many of these fires remain under investigation.
The top 2 causes of preventable fires in Ottawa is unattended cooking and improperly discarded smoking materials.
Ottawa Fire Services says the 3 events are reminders that fires can happen any time, and it's important to be prepared.
Oftentimes people think it's the flames that are really going to hurt you, but the smoke is the most serious thing we see with people.
Which is why a working smoke detector is imperative, something missing at one of the locations.
A smoke alarm is going to give you those 3 minutes. It's going to alert you that there's something going on in the house and give you and your family time to get out.
Have an evacuation plan, fire extinguishers, and if you live in a high-rise.
And you open your door and you see smoke, put a wet towel underneath, stay in your apartment, go outside to the balcony or open a window and wait for firefighters. Especially in high-rise buildings, they'll open their door, they only see smoke, they think they can get out, they'll take 2 gulps of smoke and they go down.
And when it comes to pets, do not enter a burning home to attempt a rescue.
Never do that. Wait for the firefighters, tell them the pets are inside. That's the best chance for your pets and your survival.
Of the 3 fires, the cause of 2 remain under investigation, and 2 adults and 2 children are displaced, receiving help from victim services. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Tyler Fleming live for us tonight. Thank you. Still ahead in part 2 of our series exploring this city's unique position in the future of cyber technology, we focus on the local company redefining the way we protect our data and why they say it's an advantage to be Canadian. That's coming up. Well, here's a live look now through our Centennial Glass Skycam. 23 degrees in Ottawa out there this evening. I don't know, are those good conditions for runners? Not bad, I would say, as we head out to Terry Fox facility, where a lot of great runners and other athletes will be gathering over the next couple of days. Jackie.
Yes, Patricia, today's opening day for the 2026 Canadian Track and Field Championships. The rain has held off for most of our Wednesday. That's the good news. There was a period in the 5 o'clock hour that there were some light sun showers, but for the most part, it's been hot, not quite humid, so those are pretty decent conditions as well. Will we see rain at any point this evening? There is still a chance of showers, but it should likely clear out the system, that is, by the time 8 o'clock rolls around. Partly cloudy skies and sore right now, though, feeling like 22 degrees here in the capital, 19 in Kingston, about 23 along Brockville and Cornwall. Gatineau, about 23 degrees, as well as in Kemptville. Now, overnight conditions, about 15 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow will be a different story. Do not leave your umbrella at home. You might even want your raincoat. Heavy rainfall anticipated in the early start of our morning and will continue into the noon hour. We'll have those details for you and much more in just a bit.
A key report from a special parliamentary committee today is recommending against the expansion of medical assistance in dying for those suffering with mental health issues. CTV's Abigail Beeman on why committee members want this group excluded from eligibility.
Since I was 11, I've wanted to die.
Living in poverty with anxiety, PTSD, borderline personality, and major depressive disorders among his diagnoses, Mitchell Tremblay is torn over the parliamentary committee's recommendation to indefinitely exclude people from accessing medical assistance in dying if the sole reason is mental illness.
5 years ago, I was cheering only for this expansion. This is all I wanted. And now today, I'll tell you, 75% of me thinks this is a win, that we're saving lives.
The majority of the special parliamentary committee and experts agree.
MAID should never be made available for people with mental illness. I say that as someone who is himself a suicide survivor and might not be here had the expansion that's set to come into law been on the books 15 years ago.
There are dissenting views also, with the July 11th deadline.
If you're comfortable with you and your family and your medical professions, then the rest of us should just butt out. It's not our life. It's not our choice.
Meanwhile, Tremblay faces an eviction threat. Frightened, he's bracing to be homeless for the 8th time. That's linked to the 25% of him unhappy to potentially lose MAID as an option.
I'm terrified, and to take that option off the table from me, I get angry and I get scared, and I see that in a lot of the people that I'm talking to every day on social media, and there isn't any kind of a solution for it other than more support.
Yet Tremblay says he's feeling more hope than usual, that perhaps society will finally recognize supports needed for vulnerable people.
All these things add up, and what people feel is that they're not worth it.
The government will decide whether to legislate the change. The Justice Minister won't commit to a timeline for next steps, saying it will take at least several weeks to digest the report. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
At the G7 summit, the tentative agreement to stop the Iran war received backing from world leaders today, including Canada's Prime Minister.
The fact that so many countries were involved in its development and are vested in its development does create knock-on effects, positive knock-on effects.
Mark Carney says the deal is a possible game changer and insists the war is worth it if it means Tehran does not get a nuclear weapon. The agreement is set to be signed on Friday. Ottawa police have released the photo of a suspect charged with sexual assault for public awareness. 50-year-old David Chetasing was arrested last month in connection to an alleged assault on Colonel By Drive under the Mackenzie King Bridge back in March. Police say they're releasing his picture given the vulnerability of potential victims and the possibility there may be additional victims. Police say he's known to wear black frame glasses and are asking anyone with information to come forward. An 81-year-old man is facing sexual assault charges in connection with offenses dating back to the 1980s. Police charged Zulfir Naraki Najak with 2 counts of sexual assault. Police believe there may be additional victims. Well, the investigation continues after a driver crashed into a retirement home in Orleans yesterday afternoon. It happened at the Chapel Hill retirement residence at the corner of Paget and Innis Roads. The damaged area has now been boarded up. A resident inside the home at the time of the crash was taken to hospital in serious but stable condition. The woman driving the car suffered minor injuries. Ontario Provincial Police continuing to catch distracted drivers on the roads. An officer stopped this driver using both his cell phone and laptop on the 417 during rush hour last night. OPP say he was so distracted he didn't see the police car right beside him. The driver faces a $615 fine, 3 demerit points, and a 3-day driving suspension upon conviction. Kingston City Council has voted to rename a municipal road, calling its name outdated and derogatory. Councillors voted 8-5 last night to rename Indian Road to Aki Road, which the city described as an Ojibwe term meaning earth, land, ground in English. About 60 addresses are listed on that street. The change will cost the city about $46,000. Homeowners will receive $250 as compensation for the change. A new hub for creativity has officially opened for a more vibrant, connected, and creative downtown Ottawa. The Ace District is giving local artists a place to showcase their work while breathing new life into one of the city's key tourist areas. CTV's Kimberley Fowler joins us live in studio with more on this. Kimberley.
Well, Patricia, this afternoon, artists, businesses, and community members celebrated the opening of this bold new creative vision in the Byward Market. The Ottawa Art Gallery hosted the launch party for the city's new Arts, Culture, and Entertainment, or ACE District. The event was also emceed by Your Morning Ottawa's Rosie Etta at the Ottawa sign over on York Street. Now, the collaboration between the OAG and the City of Ottawa aims to connect local institutions, public spaces, and businesses into one vibrant downtown destination to showcase Ottawa's creative community.
Ottawa has come of age. It's a time to celebrate the fact that we have the Nationals institutions here, as well as really important local institutions. Those things are equal and wonderful, and we've got a story to tell. We are not the town that Fun forgot. We're not the stop between Montreal and Toronto. We've got something here. We've got a story to tell.
Today's launch also unveiled the Asphalt Art Initiative and Arts Corridor, transforming York Street and Byward Market Square into a massive street mural. Now, the new ACE District will also serve as a vital part of the city's plans to revitalize the downtown area as well as the Byward Market. Now, the district will host live performances, public art, and creative and interactive activations. And today's launch also kicked off a series of events planned for the summer leading up to Ottawa 200s bicentennial celebrations that are happening in September. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Kimberley Fowler live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, the Canadian national team plays its next FIFA match in Vancouver tomorrow. Meanwhile, Toronto is on fire tonight with FIFA fever as that city hosts its second match of the tournament. A new tradition taking hold in Toronto, the March to the Match as Panama takes on Ghana tonight. Thousands of Panama fans streaming to the stadium. Panama is favored to win. Fans of Ghana began to gather at 11 a.m. today for their march to the stadium. The weather unlikely to dampen their enthusiasm. There's a threat of thunderstorms around 7 this evening, just in time for kickoff. This was the scene today at the Portuguese Community Centre, Les Amis Unis in Gatineau. Dozens of Portugal fans put on their jerseys and gathered to cheer on their team as it took on the Democratic Republic of Congo. The final score in that game, 1-1. And also in World Cup action today, England squared off against Croatia. The final score, 4-2 for England. Uzbekistan takes the pitch against Colombia at 10 o'clock. All games are on TSN, CTV, and Crave. And that Team Canada game tomorrow, we'll see them taking on Qatar at 6 p.m. Eastern. You can watch live again on CTV, TSN, or Crave, and listen on TSN 1200. Due to that FIFA coverage tomorrow, some of our regularly scheduled newscasts are affected. CTV News Ottawa at 5 will return on Friday, and tomorrow, this newscast, CTV News Ottawa, at 6 will air on CTV2. We certainly appreciate your understanding and will continue to bring you the day's top stories throughout our other newscasts on ctvnewsottawa.ca and on the CTV News app.
But nobody managed to connect all of these pieces together and be able to essentially identify the nature of that operation and the risks that it presented.
The Transportation Safety Board issuing a scathing report into the Titan submersible implosion, citing a lack of oversight.
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. We are hanging out here at Terry Fox facilities. Joining me, we have Glenroy Gilbert, 1996 Olympian, gold medal. You are the head coach for Athletics Canada here. What does it mean to you to bring this back to the city once again?
You know what? Ottawa has done a fantastic job hosting the Canadian Championships. This year we're expecting much of the same. It's an awesome canvas, as you can see, and the athletes are looking forward to a spirited competition. I think we've got our throwers, we've got our sprinters, our endurance runners, we've got our race walk, everyone, our multi-eventers. So as a sport of track and field, it's multi-faceted, and we've got a lot of our athletes here.
Thank you so much, and I'm glad that the weather is holding up as well. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It's about 22 degrees right now. Lots of, again, the sun shining through. There is still a chance that we could see some showers moving through later this evening.
At Capital Barbecue this morning, Ribeye Joe is with me. I know that you guys do custom outdoor kitchens, but what if I need it fast? Father's Day, Canada Day, what can I do?
We've got these. This one is from Monalpi, and what it has is it has a modular system with the countertop already built onto it. You can put it together, modify it. It can be installed in your backyard, hooked up to gas, and ready to go for the whole friends and family.
I love that. So, and I can keep adding as time goes on.
Absolutely.
All right, bbqing.com. Come check out Capital Barbecue.
Taking a look at your drive home on this Wednesday. Did have a car broken down on the Queensway a little earlier. That seems to have cleared up. Some slowdowns in the usual spots this evening. Well, yesterday we brought you a story on how quantum computing is making massive promises, but also threatening the foundations of cybersecurity as we know it. CTV's Austin Lee tonight gives us an inside look at a local company looking to reshape the future of digital security.
It's known as Q-Day, the hypothetical tipping point when quantum computers could become powerful enough to undermine the security of global communications and digital finance.
It's critical that we pay as much attention to securing our cybersecurity space as we do advancing quantum computing.
Ottawa-based company Crypto4A is an industry leader in that effort, rethinking the foundations of cybersecurity.
It is akin to coming into your home and suggesting that we now need to replace your basement because it needs to be, your home needs to now live on better foundations.
Quantum computers are still in their infancy, but some of the world's largest corporations believe Q-Day could come sometime in 2029. So the cybersecurity industry must act fast.
This is a massive undertaking. We have to make those investments today to deal with what is in the inevitable, the post-quantum world that we're going to be living in.
Crypto4A's clients include major banks, corporations, and governments here in Canada and abroad, putting the capital on the map as a cybersecurity hub.
We have an expertise, particularly a local expertise here in the Ottawa region, so that's very important. And also job creation here in the Ottawa region is very important to us.
The company's modules are designed, manufactured, and assembled here in Canada, and the maple leaf prominently displayed on the company's logo is helping to build trust.
We also have a very exportable product, something that we think can help with, what the government's trying to do with increasing Canadian exports, while also, increasing job creation.
As technology evolves, he says, you can expect Ottawa to remain at the center of cybersecurity development. Austin Lee, CTV News.
Well, a very different day weather-wise today than what we were seeing around this time yesterday. A number of viewers sent in their pictures of hailstones. Look at this. One viewer identified her photos as being captured in the Clarence Rockland area. That looks like a winter's day. Not what we are seeing right now, thankfully. Yeah, good size, too, those hailstones. Sunshine so far, or at least when we last went out to Jackie. Yeah, the sun's shining beautifully there at the Terry Fox facility, but it wasn't a guarantee today, Jackie.
No, it wasn't. I mean, for most of the day, we were calling for a chance of showers as well as a risk of thunderstorms, Patricia. But the good news is that the rain has been holding, lots of sunshine and quite the strong sun as well. It is quite warm, but it is fairly nice for the athletes here today. Not much in terms of humidity. We saw a daytime high of 24. The winds are pretty calm as well for today. And into the overnight, 15 degrees for here in the capital, about 14 in Cornwall. It will be a different story for the valleys, including Kingston and Trenton, where you can see that we are anticipating in the overnight hours a heavy rainfall and a risk of thunderstorm moving in. But temperatures will remain in the low teens as we get to tomorrow. The daytime highs similar to today, about 23 degrees, but the talk of tomorrow is going to be the anticipated rainfall moving through. This is a look at what we could see at Thursday, 2 a.m. We are likely going to see a first bout of rain moving through Ottawa and Cornwall, but that yellow and that orange coming from the Toronto area into Kingston, that's really going to sweep up all of Eastern Ontario. And it won't even be past 7 a.m. before we see this heavy rainstorm with thunderstorms moving in as well. We are anticipating between 10 to 15 millimeters of rain moving through Ottawa on its own. We could see the valley seeing much more as well. Again, we are keeping a close eye on this. The good news is that by 5 p.m., I know a lot of people are keen to watch the Canada-Qatar game at 6 o'clock. Likely going to be mainly cloudy skies. Hopefully the rain will let out as well. Now, right now across the country, 17 in Fredericton, 20 in Halifax. The cool down is still apparent in Quebec as well as Ontario. Temperatures sitting in the low 20s. But you can see in the Midwest that the heat is starting to pick up again. Still remains cool in the prairies, 19 in Regina and Saskatoon, about 16 in Calgary and Vancouver, 19 degrees. Now a look at your 7-day forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business. We will maintain temperatures around the 20-degree mark. Friday, there is a chance we could see those early morning showers move through. Should clear perhaps late Friday, but again, it could linger for Saturday as well. Sunday into Monday, a chance of showers, a very slim chance, but it won't be until the early midweek that we could see the return of more sunshine like this. Patricia.
All right, Jackie, thank you. Well, the Transportation Safety Board has released a scathing report into the 2023 Titan submersible implosion, slamming the lack of oversight. Here's CTV's Garrett Barry.
One of the things we've learned today is just how much correspondence there was between OceanGate officials and various government agencies. Some correspondence went back for years, but despite all of that contact, key information did not make its way to regulators at Transport Canada. In July 2021, during one of many missions of the Titan submersible that began in Canada, a DFO representative boarded the cargo vessel Horizon Arctic to observe the mission. That representative wrote back to others at DFO with serious concerns. The Titan sub was never certified by a regulatory body. It used a rare carbon fiber construction, and OceanGate had no insurance.
We have no evidence that those concerns were provided to Transport Canada. They were raised internally within the Department of Fisheries and Oceans.
One of many communication breakdowns highlighted by the Transportation Safety Board in a report released today.
These governments all had sort of pieces of the puzzle about the Titan's operation, but nobody managed to connect all of these pieces together and be able to essentially identify the nature of that operation and the risks that it presented.
The report also highlights testing and construction failures that contributed to the disaster. Worldwide attention came to St. John's when cargo ship Polar Prince lost contact with the Titan in June 2023. But for its top headline, TSB wrote that OceanGate received almost no oversight, despite a series of dives and tests working with Canadian vessels over the course of 2 years. The TSB makes it clear that this isn't a totally unique situation. There are lots of small commercial vessels across the country that do not see oversight by Transport Canada. The board wants authorities at Transport Canada to start making a new policy that would capture some of those small but risky vessels. Garrett Berry, CTV News, St. John's.
We really hope that this love story inspires others to love back, love people in our community who really need love the most.
Two hearts, one mission. A local couple with a big goal to help others ahead of their big day. An Ottawa couple wants to skip the traditional wedding gifts and is inviting friends, family, and members of the community to give to the Ottawa Mission instead, using their special day as a fundraiser, helping some of Ottawa's most vulnerable residents. Their goal, $100,000. Here's CTV's Peter Sperling.
It's two hearts with one mission.
We really hope that this love story inspires others.
Cara Vaccarino and Brian Bahaneke are just days away from saying, I do.
We met each other at exactly the right time. Teamwork makes the dream work.
They're sharing their love for each other with Ottawa's most vulnerable residents by using their wedding as a fundraiser for the Ottawa Mission.
We decided to celebrate our good fortune by giving back to our community.
Guests asked to skip the usual wedding gifts and give to the mission instead.
We have all the toasters we need, and we are very blessed. And at first we were thinking, oh, guests could just donate to the mission. And then we said, well, why don't we make this a bigger goal?
A goal of raising $100,000, asking anyone to donate to.
It seemed like a bit of a crazy ambitious goal, but we're nearly there.
We're nearly there.
Vaccarino, who is the CEO of the Royal, and fiancé Bohaneke came up with the idea together.
Coming together in this regard for the Ottawa Mission, it's fantastic.
With rising inflation, the Ottawa Mission says the donation will be put to good use.
I can specifically see it being designated to help cover some of the increased food costs. That food truck that goes to 42 different communities every week is supported solely by donor funding.
The couple's big day is this Saturday.
We really hope that this love story inspires others to love back, love people in our community who really need love the most.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
And congratulations to both of them. Well, now some other stories you need to know right now. The roadway in front of two Ottawa schools could be closed during pickup and drop-off this fall. The pilot project is intended to improve safety. If approved, the School Streets project will take place at Hopewell Avenue Public School and Franco La Jeunesse Public School on Osgood Street. A third party would bear the costs of the project.
I'm so honored to receive the Scotiabank Hockey for All award in a league that's made up of so many incredible community leaders.
Ottawa charge forward Rebecca Leslie has won the PWHL's Hockey for All award. The award recognizes her commitment to growing the game and engaging with her community. It also comes with a $10,000 Scotiabank donation to a charity of Leslie's choice. Major milestone for Ottawa-based Bush Balm. The natural skincare brand is marking 10 years in business. The company offers a variety of skincare products from head to toe. Well, Canada Post is celebrating Indigenous leaders in sport by releasing 3 new stamps. The stamps, launched ahead of National Indigenous Peoples Day, feature Brian Trottier, Edward Lenny, and Chief Wilton Littlechild. The stamp series is meant to highlight the contributions of modern-day First Nations, Inuit, and Métis leaders. We want to go back out to Jackie now at the Terry Fox facility. Jackie?
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. We have the women's 800-meter race charging anytime now, very shortly. But I do want to bring in 2 athletes here. They are with the Ottawa Lions Track and Field Club. But first, I want to bring in Alex Halford. Tell everyone what you are competing for this weekend.
I'm competing in the 400-meter hurdles. I competed here last year as well when we hosted, and I'm very excited to do it again.
What is it about here competing in your hometown?
It's so lovely to just have like your home field advantage. You've got your own bed, your own kitchen, your own food, your family's here, your friends are here, you have the support of your club. Like it does make a big difference.
All right, and seeing that it is the first day today, how are we feeling taking a look at the track, taking a look at the athletes here, and getting into the next couple of days?
It looks awesome. It's so cool the 2 weeks leading up to it that you get to see your normal training ground turn into something that's hosting the whole country. So yeah, I'm super excited.
All right, I want to bring in Richard Johnston now. You are the head coach for Ottawa Lions. You just mentioned that your roommate is in Alex's roommate is competing right now. So we're going to get Alex to cheer on. For you, what does it mean to have it here for another year for the competition?
It's awesome. I love hosting events, and to bring the country here at Terry Fox Athletic Facility in Ottawa is great. It's a big goal of mine and the club to continue that reputation.
This is an interesting year because it's a non-Olympic year. Does that adjust the coaching style or the pressures when it comes to qualifying?
Yeah, obviously the Olympics is the pinnacle of our sport, but we've got Commonwealth Games and the U20 World Championships this year, and athletes are taking those just as seriously. So.
We talk about the weather all day long today. The sun has held out for today. What are we going to do if there's rain in the forecast for tomorrow?
We've got things planned. We have a procedure that we're going to follow, and anyways, everybody's running in the same conditions and competing in the same conditions, and we got to keep up the tradition and keep the meet going.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking the time. Alex, thank you as well. Patricia, we're going to take it back to you in studio, but I do want to add that tomorrow is going to be a big day at 2 o'clock. We're going to see some of the country's best athletes here, including Andre DeGrasse. He will be here. There will be a wonderful meet and greet as well, so we encourage everyone to check out this whole weekend.
Big fan. All right, good stuff, Jackie. Thanks so much.
That helps youth and young adults who are suffering from violence and trauma, to give them pathways to be able to access resources to help them work out those traumatic events.
Well, coming up, the inspiring story of a new graduate who beat the odds.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Well, it's a story of second chances, overcoming adversity, and dedicating a life to giving back. CTV's Pauline Chan now with an inspiring graduate.
LeVar Bailey. LeVar is being congratulated on stage by their mom, Annette Bailey, from the faculty.
It was hugs all round for new TMU nursing grad LeVar Bailey.
It felt right. Having my mom there, it felt full circle.
This was actually LeVar's second time crossing the floor in a nursing graduation ceremony because his mother was pregnant with him when she graduated from nursing. And while his mom has been a huge inspiration for him, a childhood experience was another key reason the 27-year-old chose nursing for a career. A tumor pressing on his spine left him paralyzed as a toddler.
It was very unlikely that I would survive the surgery, or if I did survive, there would be lots of deficits. But, you know, since then, I've been walking, running, and jumping all fine. I had to depend on a healthcare team to save my life. It taught me the importance of healthcare workers.
Bailey's education included working with Thrive, a program at St. Mike's Hospital.
A program that helps youth and young adults who are suffering from violence and trauma to give them pathways to be able to access resources to help them work out those traumatic events.
Now he hopes to become an emergency specialist. ER Dr. Dominic Shelton says it's a difficult environment in an already challenging profession.
When you compile acuity of illness in addition to the volume of patients that need to be cared for by nurses, it can be extremely demanding.
And Bailey acknowledges the current difficulties nurses face today.
Our first patient is us, right? We first have to take care of ourselves because we can't pour from an empty cup. I believe that nursing is deeply correlated in that. The preservation of humanity and life and giving it dignity. And I've always wanted to be that person, even as a young child.
Now he and the rest of the class of 2026 are ready to step forward as nursing professionals. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Now to today's top business news. As expected, the U.S. Federal Reserve kept interest rates unchanged. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more.
It's the fourth time they've held the rate. It stays at 3.5 to 3.75%. It's the first announcement under their new chair, Kevin Warsh. The committee split on what's to come, with 9 officials pointing to at least 1 quarter-point hike this year, and another 9 expecting no move or even a cut. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to 70.84. West Texas Intermediate down to 70.61. Western Canadian Select is down over $5 to 62.14. And the TSX lost 264 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Well, coming up, we introduce you to our Myers Team of the Week, the Maryville Marauders boys lacrosse team.
At Capital Barbecue, Ribeye Joe, Yoder smokers are the best in the biz. Why is that?
Absolutely. They're North American-made, quarter-inch plated steel. They have a thermometer and a digital readout that will track your cooks and tell you what the internal temperature is when you're not even home.
Wow, so this works in the cloud?
Absolutely.
Okay. Capital Barbecue is where you want to be. It's at 12 Grenfell, and this can also get to a super high temperature, I think.
It certainly can for all your searing.
Okay, bbqing.com at Capital Barbecue.
Well, now to our very popular segment here on CTV News at 6, the Myers Team of the Week. Sports teams are invited to send us a video to describe why their group is the greatest. Tonight's team, the Maryville Marauders boys lacrosse team. In only 5 years since the program's inception, Maryville High School varsity boys lacrosse qualified for OFSA for the first time, taking home silver. Pretty good. This group has helped build momentum around lacrosse within the school community as well, inspiring younger athletes and creating a growing fan base. And they are here joining us in studio right now, and looks like an amazing team and a good group here. And I hear, Owen, that you guys are really dedicated, and even before the season got underway, you were getting up, really early in the morning and practicing?
Some guys like 5:30 in the morning,
Wow.
6 a.m. showing up early in the gym, just passing the ball around and then getting straight into practicing, stuff like that.
That's pretty good for
Yeah.
teenagers to be getting up that early.
Yeah.
How much did that help you in the season?
I think it put us at a pretty good advantage, especially going into the season. We had already been building the chemistry together, especially over the past 4 years pretty much, and then especially starting early, getting the connections going, like I said. We were ready to go when the season started.
Yeah, awesome. Love that. And obviously a good season, Cameron, because you ended up at OFSA. Was that a huge goal for you guys to make it?
That was especially surreal. It's been about 4 years that we've been building towards this. 5 years, actually, if you count before we started.
Yeah.
So, you know, getting down there was awesome.
Where did OFSA happen?
It happened in the Durham region, so in like Whitby, Brooklyn area.
A little bit of travel, and I think maybe the money that you're getting tonight maybe comes in handy for that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great game, eh? Lacrosse?
I've loved lacrosse since I was a little kid, you know. So getting down to go to provincial championships and then winning second was just amazing.
A little bit of football for you too, but lacrosse still a number one.
Yeah.
And Adam, where do you take this into the summer? Are you going to be playing more lacrosse or into university years? What are you thinking?
Yeah, well, for me, graduating high school, like, honestly, where I'm going to university, Waterloo, they don't have a lacrosse team as of right now. So for me and a lot of other guys on the team, I think, we knew this was maybe the last time we'd play organized lacrosse as a team. So that's what made it super special. Going into the summer, we're still going to play outside. You know, it's a great time to get together and have fun with friends and play together. But as like a team experience, this was so special because for me, it's my last time. So.
I love it. And I love it that you're ending it here with us. And Jeremy from Myers is going to give you that $1,000. They've already done their travel, been to OFSA. And real quick, Jeremy, great group here.
Yeah, I mean, they did awesome this year. Congratulations, guys. I mean, it's really good to see a team from Ottawa go that far. And, you know, we wish the rest of the guys that are staying next year all the best of luck. And it's great. And Myers is really happy to support you guys.
Great sport, Canada's summer sport. Of course, if you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, all you have to do is upload your video to ctvottawa.ca.
$1.1 million over 12 years. It's been pretty phenomenal. It's a labor of love and just makes my heart so happy.
Golf's not a bad sport either. Of course, hitting the links for a cause, Canadian country singer Jason Blaine returns home for his annual charity event in Pembroke. Jackie.
Thanks, Patricia. We've got Athletics Canada's Matthew Jantes. What are you looking forward to from this event that runs until Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, we've got great competition here over the next few days, and a lot of athletes are looking to book their spots to the Commonwealth Games, so super exciting to see those battles.
And is there a specific race that you are looking forward to seeing?
Yeah, like I said, as the CEO of Athletics Canada, it's like you're asking me to pick my favorite child.
Got to pick one. Got to pick one.
I love middle distance racing, so middle distance racing, I'll pick that instead of an athlete.
All right, well, there's a chance to see it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and the weather is looking pretty decent, much like today. Take a look at our Centennial Glass Sky Cam showcasing Lansdowne as well as the Nature Museum. Current temperature is 23 degrees.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, it's Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford. Find your adventure. We stock it. The Bronco family.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Welcome back. One final check of the weather now. Back out to the Terry Fox facility. And Jackie?
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. The sun is shining. The weather is perfect for an evening like tonight, but it will be a different story for tomorrow. 16 degrees, a cool start to our day. But again, heavy rainfall would have moved through eastern Ontario. Showers and thunderstorm risk is already in the forecast for most of our Thursday. We are anticipating 10 to 15 millimeters of rain moving through. The daytime high is 23 degrees. Friday, still chance of showers rolling in. 20 degrees is what we are anticipating. For Saturday, a chance of showers, but things are likely going to be lightening up, less precipitation by the time we get to the early start of the middle of the week. Now, that is it from us here from the track and field championships here. Again, it's taking place until Sunday. You heard the cheering happening. The men's 800 meter just wrapped up now, but there is a lot of qualifying and preliminaries happening all evening long. Kimberley, Patricia, we'll take it back to you in studio.
Takes me back to high school days and feeling the nerves before those races. races. Having a Terry Fox was probably partly because I had Grape Crush and like cheesies before racing. All right, thank you so much, Jackie. We want to check in and see what we are working on for 11:30 tonight. Kimberley?
Yeah, we're checking out for any breaking news happening here in the Ottawa area. We also have an eye on the PWHL draft that's happening this evening and recapping some of today's action from the World Cup. We've got Ghana and Panama kicking off in a few minutes in Toronto in the group stage. We'll have more from a Ghana watch party happening in Gatineau tonight with authentic Ghanaian food, drinks, and music. Plus, we'll have a preview of Canada's game for tomorrow against Qatar. The Canadians are looking for their first ever World Cup win and a win on home soil. You can get the news anytime, anywhere at ctvnewsottawa.ca, and join me tonight for CTV News at 11:30.
Draw was pretty good. A win would be amazing.
Would be much better.
We'll be watching tomorrow. All right. Finally for us tonight, the 12th annual Jason Blaine Charity Golf Tournament was held at the Pembroke Golf Club today. Now, Blaine, as you may know, is a native of Pembroke himself. He travels back to the region every summer to host this event, and in the 12 years he's been doing it, it has raised more than $1.1 million. Yeah, good number. Supporting more than 60 charities and organizations throughout Renfrew County.
We support the Boys and Girls Club, and I have nephews that are in the program. I've been there to play guitar for the kids. I've seen the instruments that they were able to purchase. I've seen the joy that it brings on their faces. I've seen the Robbie Dean Mental Health Crisis Center. Mental health is a big thing.
The day consists of 18 holes of golf, silent and live auctions, a dinner, and then there's a private concert by Blaine, and he brings in other Canadian country music artists as well. Aaron Goodfin, one of them tonight. Always a blast, always a good time, and obviously raising a lot of money for.
Yeah, it looks like the weather held out just enough for them to get in and around, right?
It was much better today than, weren't we talking about hail around this time yesterday, and the thunderstorms and the pouring rain in the capital? So yeah, good day for that event.
Absolutely.
And a lot of good dollars raised as well. That is our show for tonight, this Wednesday, June 17th. We want to say goodbye, good night, good luck to these guys, the Maryville Marauders, the lacrosse team winning silver at OFSA. Good talkers in that bunch, too. Wish them well. And all the athletes at Terry Fox. Good luck to you, too.